Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Video games we talk about in this channel include blood and gore, intense violence, strong language, mature humor, nudity, strong sexual content, and the use of drugs and alcohol. Oh yeah! The Gen X Gamer is intended for a mature audience only, so if you're not 18, get the frag out of here. Let me tell you something. This game is oozing with machismo. Oh yeah. Alright humans, let's talk about Just Cause 2. Just Cause 2, let me tell you, for $9.99, I dare you to find a better experience. This is a fun game. Let me tell you, this game, if you're not familiar with the series, let me describe the storyline for you first. And our hero here is Rico Rodriguez. Don't you hate it when Spanish people pronounce their R's? Is back, but this time he's on a mission to go after the man who knows him best. His former commanding officer, mentor, and friend. Tom Sheldon has gone rogue and disappeared with millions of agency cash and top secret intel. Can you feel it? His last known whereabouts, the Southeast Asian of Panau, aligned with factions, take over military strongholds, gain influence with the island, and ultimately cause the chaos to destabilize the hostile government and locate your target and eliminate him. Wow, that sounds like the foundation of a very awesome B-movie. And this is exactly what this is, right? You have over-the-top action. The voice acting, for me is, it has to be on point. But for this guy, it's so cheesy. It's terrible, right? But the supporting cast does a better job. And not only that, there is so much action, so many things to do on this game. You will not get bored. Like I said, I dare you to find better entertainment for the price. Many of the games that are released today don't live up to this. For guys of my generation, when I think about this, I think about the dreams we used to have when we were kids, when we were playing things like Contra and Guerrilla and stuff like that. That this is the kind of action we were thinking about in our heads, right? When we were playing a Prisoner of War, we would imagine the future. What is the future going to be like in gaming when we go 3D, and we're able to do these things. This game are those dreams realized in many ways, right? The game doesn't take itself too seriously, like I said. And what I loved about this game, actually, that is loosely based on Malaysia, which is where I was last year, right? The towers that you try to rescue prisoners from, they're actually modeled after the Patron Towers in KL, right? And the Panau Island is really Penang. And if you ever go there, guys, the Chinese food there is delicious. As you know, in Malaysia, or you may not know, in Malaysia there's three major populations. There's the Malay, there's the Hindus, and the Chinese. And the best Chinese food in Malaysia, by far, is in Penang Island. I mean, no doubt in my mind. Of all the food that I tried there, and it's a beautiful place. If you ever have the opportunity to be in Malaysia, you have to go to Penang Island. I'm telling you, that's where I spent my last New Year's, and it was amazing. I can tell you that. Anyway, guys, getting back to this game, one of my favorite things about this game is the grappling hook and how you can use it in different ways, right? You can not only, grapple onto buildings or what have you, but you get to shoot enemies, bring them towards you, shoot them in the head once once they're close to you, get enemies out of vehicles. I mean, it is tons of fun and action. And the other thing, guys, that this game reminds me of is how the single player experiences are, few and far between for us nowadays, right? Especially for us that are fans of single player action. Everything more and more is geared to online play, to microtransactions, and that is just the economy, guys. It's not a concerted effort, for example, by developers to say, we're not going to make single player experiences. It's just that that's the market. You have to do what sells. And unfortunately for us, whether we want to accept it or not, and this is another video I want to make, we are the past generation, right? There's a reason why Epic is burning through money, right? And it wasn't us, right? It's not my generation that started playing Fortnite. It's a new generation, And there's a lot of people my age. There's a lot of gamers my age that are pretty salty about that. It reminds me when older folks talk about, new music, and you can see it now, right? The old rappers talk about the new rap and say it's crap, just like, the rock and rollers used to talk about rap and say it's crap. It's a season, man. It just goes, We've seen these arguments before, and they happen in many industries and in many ways. And I mean in many ways. Another video that I should do is how the music industry and the video game industry have almost parallel tracks in different times, but the tracks are pretty parallel. Anyway, getting back to this game, guys, I'm glad I got it for Black Friday because it only cost me $4.50. And there is so much to do here. There really is. Everything that we remember that's great about the PS2 games, the cheesy line, the characters, right? The way they drew up the female characters. It's all here on steroids, right? This is refined graphics, but it's basically the same kind of action. And you know what? I love it. I love it. This is a game, that is for everybody, of course. But if you're a macho guy, if you're a masculine man, if you love B movies where the guy kills everyone and gets the girl at the end, this is your cup of tea. And when I go back and look for games, these are the kinds of games that I like. The kinds of games that today's market are telling me might be inappropriate or might not be correct. This is entertainment. Is there things to criticize in this game? Yeah. Is it a perfect 10? No. Probably when it came out, I would say it was an 8.5. But for $4.50, again, guys, price is everything, right? If you haven't experienced this game, let me tell you, you have to get you a little something, right? A little something with Just Cause 2. If, your PS3 collection is empty, if you're collecting for that system like I am, if you're an old dinosaur like I am, and like having game cases around, then this should be a must-have. It really should be. There's so much here that reminds me of the bad 90s movies, that we used to rent out in, Hollywood Video or whatever, Blockbuster, those type of movies, the Van Dammes, the Steven Seagals which are right up my alley. And I don't care how cheesy those movies are and how bad the acting is. Those movies for me forever. I mean, they're going to hold a special place in my heart, just because it takes me back to that time. And this game is quite entertaining. It brings nostalgia of those times back. And not only that, it is a great game. For $4.50, you could do a lot worse. All right, guys, those are my thoughts on Just Cause 2. Hopefully you played this game. I made you think about it again. Or if you're not familiar with it, if you've never played it, hey, put down a little cheddar and go get yourself one. I'm telling you, you will enjoy it. All right, humans, that's it for today. I hope to catch you on the next one. Stay blessed. Merry Christmas. Take care. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, click the notification bell, and remember, never be afraid to be happy. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.